Very nice. Lovely. Thanks, guys. Yes, we appreciate you guys coming from all over um, for joining us here today. That's awesome. Love to see that the chat's working. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, morning. We have some mornings. We have some afternoons. Um, this is great. And love to see all the different uses too. A lot of contract specialists, contract managers. Um, all of you guys, actually, specifically, I want to talk about the contract managers. I have some contract managers that I help with. I know you guys are responsible. Maybe some of you might be responsible for generating contracts that people request. If that's you and you would benefit from learning about it or giving feedback on an intake form, reach out to us. Reach out to your CSM because our product team wants to meet with you and wants to kind of get your feedback on something we're building. A little sneak preview, but if you're interested in an intake form, let me know and we can get that set up. So we're going to get started here on the webinar today with bulk send and bulk sign. And so we're going to talk generally about what those two are, what they mean, and then we're going to finish with a live demo of them. So you're going to see my screen, you're going to see Mike's screen as well, and then we're going to finish kind of talking about how AI can kind of fit in there. Many of you probably have AI turned on right now. You probably have a free trial activated right now. And so if you have questions about it, we'll be able to help you there at the end, kind of show you what's enabled on your account for you to see. So let's talk about what is bulk sending. So one really basic example is, let's say you have some HR functions on Concord and you're sending out employee handbooks that need to be signed. You might do this once a year because your things change. You're able to send out hundreds of contracts all at once individually to individual people. So not just one contract to all of your employees, but individual contracts sent out to all of your employees. And so through Concord, we'll spit out a spreadsheet based on your contract, and you'll upload that back into Concord. And so this is kind of a screenshot of what it looks like, but you can retitle all of the contracts. You can send them to each individual person here. It's really a convenient tool, and I can go into more details about it. But what we'll do is, based on what the information that you put into the cells of this document, we're going to auto-populate the terms of your contract, auto-populate fields, and send them out. Send out the same copies. And so we'll send them out instantaneously to all of those contracts. It's pretty great. And so now let's talk about what is bulk signing. So what I'm talking about here with bulk sending is one person sending contracts out to many. As contracts manager, you might be interested in this bulk signing as well, which is many contracts coming into one single person. So bulk signing is where one person can sign many documents at once. Not everybody knows that this exists, but I think it's really important that you at least know of this functionality because you're able to select the agreements that you want to sign in bulk. It'll then, if you hit that, it's in demonstrator right here, and we'll show you. If once you click them and hit that sign button, you'll then be able to quickly preview all of these agreements, and then you can e-sign all of the documents all at once with just a couple clicks. So I hope this is exciting. Again, these are accessible. Bulk signing, especially available for all of you. Bulk sending, I believe, is on the enterprise plan. So if it's interesting to you, reach out to us. Again, support@concord.app. I'll have a link at the end where you can sign up for a meeting or just reach out to your CSM. So let's have a live demo of what this is. So when we're talking about bulk send, what we're talking about is creating a template on Concord. We're talking about creating a template, which is really easy to do if you're familiar with it. What you do is you come to the new document button, you hit create a template, and you hit bulk send with Excel. I'm going to do that one more time slower just to make sure you guys are with me. Again, when you're in Concord and you want to bulk send something, you're going to go into Concord, hit the new document button. And with bulk send, what we first have to do is we have to set up a template. So you go to create template. Instead of doing the standard template, which you're probably familiar with, hit the bulk send with Excel. You can either start from a blank document or you can upload a document. What I've already done for us, I've actually already uploaded a contract and set one up for us. And so what we're going to do is I'm going to open that one up and show you. So what I've done is I have just a contract agreement, which seems like an oxymoron, but that's because it's a general contract. It's a dummy document. So what you're able to do is I uploaded a Word document here. I uploaded a Word document, and the benefit of this is, as you're familiar with templates, everything carries over. All of your summary panel information, all of your signers, it all carries over. But the benefit of the automated template is that you're able to bring in what we call automated variables. The automated variables are what customizes the contract per person that you're sending it out to. So maybe you type in full name at the top. What I've done here is I've created automated variables for a company and for a business owner. So what I'm able to do are these two fields I can customize to make different for each individual contract. Really easy to do. All that you have to do in order to bring in an automated variable is highlight the text that you want to automate, making sure you're in edit mode. Again, you can see I'm in edit mode because I can edit the document, but highlight the text, come up here to insert and hit automated variable. What this will do is it will turn the field blue and will allow you to modify the contents of that field per contract. So I've already set it up for us. I've already created my my contract ready for us. So what I'm going to do is when I'm ready to send out multiple contracts, whether it's 2, 20, or 200, all you have to do is hit start draft. When I hit start draft, it'll give you the steps laid out here for you. Pretty self-explanatory, but we'll go through it. You're going to hit download the blank Excel template. So what it's going to do is it's going to create an Excel file for you to bring into Google Sheets or Excel and edit it. I already have one pre-filled out, so let me bring it into the window here. So what it will fill out is, or what it will bring is this Excel file for you, color-coded so that you know kind of what you're doing. But this information down below is what I filled out beforehand. So the important thing to note is if you don't change any of this information, we'll just use whatever the contract title is. However, if you fill it out, you can change each individual contract. Each row, so 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, all 5 of these different rows are 5 different contracts. So I have one going to Dunder Mifflin, Monsters Inc., Vanderlei, McDuck, and Stark, all of these different companies. You can give them all descriptions, different tags, different signatures. And then we move on to signers, right? So if you're familiar with sharing a contract with people, you know that we have 3 different levels of editing rights. We have a full editor, limited editor, and viewer. So depending on where you put the information in, people will be assigned that role. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to send 5 contracts all to Mike. So he's going to bulk sign them here in a second, but I've put the person's email address here. So when I create these documents, 5 individual documents are going to be created, all going to send to this person's account. I can again save them for later if I want to. Maybe I want to make them a limited editor. Just put the email within whatever role you want them to have. And then we finish with the actual document customization. This impacts the body of the document. As I mentioned earlier, I created 2 automated variables. The property company, if you remember, I'm going to go actually back to it and show you. The property company is one field and the business owner. And so what Concord created was 2 automated variable columns, a property company and a business owner. And so now what I've done is I've written in specific information that I want to fill those fields for each of these 5 contracts. So one will say Michael Scott and the other will say Blake Youngdahl, and then they'll go through there. So once I have this information ready, I'm ready to upload it into Concord. I have it all. Let's create these documents. I come back to the Start Draft button and I browse my documents. I make sure it needs to be in an Excel format, bring it back in an Excel format. Once I have it, I'm going to choose it and bring it in. It's going to think about it a little bit, but it'll say upload successful. If you did it right, it'll say 5 documents will be created. I can personalize a message that will be created for each individual contract. I'm not going to do that for the sake of time. I'm going to hit create documents. It'll take a second. It's got to send your documents out. But as soon as that's processed, the normal Concord system kind of kicks into play. So each person that's on each of these documents will get an email saying, hey, you've been invited to join a document. You see here, it's been sent. And so I'm getting ready to pass it off to Mike here. But if I refresh my screen, well, you'll notice if I go back to my home menu, is that I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 documents all in the review stage, all ready to be sent out. So that's the bulk sending process. I'm going to stop sharing my screen and pause as Mike gets prepared to share his. But do you guys have any questions before he starts sharing on kind of how that bulk send process operates? Great. again, I hope you have the creative juices flowing because it can really do a lot if the applications again are very, very broad. And so Michael share his screen now, talk about some bulk sign.
All right, so you're seeing largely the same screen that we were looking at before. And those 5 documents that we bulk sent are all here for my review. So I just need to select these 5 here. And now instead of sending, we are signing. So if I click sign, it's going to take me down here to review the actual document. I'm not going to do that for the sake of time here, but if I hit continue with 5 documents, it gives me the opportunity to sign. This is obviously our role demo sign. I'm just going to leave that in. Hit sign as well. And voila, as they
Oh,
say in France, we are in the signing process here.
yep. All right. I think we have a Q in the Q&A, Mike, so let me check that out.
Sure, go
When
ahead.
entering individuals under save for later and you hit the submit button, does it all just go into the draft stage? So that's a great question. So I think there's 2 pieces here from a CSM point of view. You are actually correct. It will start in the draft stage instead of the review stage. What kicks it into the review stage is when people are actually join the document. So if you were to open up your document, if you hit save for later, and you were to go up to that share button in the top right hand corner, it would say the person's name under it, but it would say save for later. And yes, it would be in the draft stage. That allows you to kind of just make sure the document's in tip top shape, allows you to edit it and everything. But yes, when entering individuals under the save for later and you hit the submit button, it all goes just into the draft stage with a couple caveats there that have to apply. But yes, in general, we'll go into the draft stage and you can just send it when you're ready. So you'll be prepared there. It's a great question. Thank you. Awesome.
Blake, since I'm already screen sharing, should I just extract this while we're
Yeah,
here?
I
All
think it's
right,
a great idea. Yeah.
great. So let's click into the document that we just bulk sent and now bulk signed. And what we're looking to do here is to now extract some of the variable content that lives in one of these contracts. So we're going to click up here and we're going to refresh.
Yep.
And what you'll see
Exactly.
now, the AI is doing its magic.
Hmm. Yep. And so again, guys, what the AI is doing, it's reading your contract, doing its magic, and filling in the fields. As you remember, I didn't add any summary panel information. Mike didn't add any summary panel information. Instead, the AI is scanning it and it's putting information in. It might have actually run on it, which is why it's filled out there. But he's even able to refresh it and make sure it's all filled out. And I want to call one call out actually back. If we go back to bulk send, if you remember, if we look at that first sentence in his contract that we see here, you see it's between George Costanza and Blake Youngdahl. Those are the 2 automated variable fields that I filled out in my contract. They don't look like fields, they just look like plain text there. Yep. And so we have one question here. Okay, hey, we have this is actually very important. So you guys have AI on your documents right now. You guys have AI on your contracts, and so you might be doing exactly what Mike's doing here. And so we have reports. Every customer and once in a while has an error or two. And so this customer in the Q&A says they have used the AI and it's had an error, which then they have to double check it, and so it doesn't save time. Please let us know, guys. This is not something we released it because we have extremely high confidence. And so if it has errors, it might have some to do with this specific document. Not that you have to change your document, but we want those documents so that we can train our system and make it better. So if this is you, if you're using the AI and you might be interested in it, reach out to us. I'm just going to put it in again. Reach out to us at concord.app. The only way that we can make the AI better and make it actually usable for you so that it will save you time, is to reach out to us and to send us your contracts. And so thanks, Mike, for the demo. Thanks for showing us the bulk sign. Again, it's meant to be a service for you. It's something that not isn't necessarily used all the time, but we want to see more people use it because we think it could help you. Alrighty. So, Mike, do you want to take the rest of the presentation now? Or we're just going to kind of finish it off with kind of some of the stuff that we're doing with AI.
Yeah, so this is kind of more of an internal story that we kind of want to tell that based off of the AI extraction that we were just showing, we've been able to solve some interesting business case problems for Concord, right? So we're drinking our own champagne here. Some folks say eating our own dog food, but we're a little bit more classy than that. So we drink champagne. And so I want to set the table with kind of the problem that we had. If you go to the next slide, Blake, that'd be great. Um, what we're looking at right here is really the renewal cohorts for all of our customer base. So on every month, money comes in and comes out, whether that's somebody who cancels or somebody who just bought additional or a net new customer, right? These monthly dollar amounts and cohorts change on a daily basis. Part of my job as being in charge of our revenue teams here is to forecast the renewals on a monthly basis. And what we learned is that we have customers who are paying us on annual terms. We have customers that are paying us on monthly terms. And we even have customers who are signed up for annual terms but pay us on a monthly payment schedule. So all three of those buckets are not really well outlined here. This is kind of a general outlook of our renewal cohorts, but we needed to isolate them by the way that they were paying for us so that we could observe behaviors and treat them as distinct cohorts. And so how are we going to do that? Well, we know that all the data for the term details lives in the Concord contracts that all of our customers had signed. So what we did is we did a bulk AI extract of all of those term details from all of our active customers. And we were able to segment our customers into different payment plans so that we could forecast those distinctly, right? That's not the end of it. We not only extracted that information, but we were able to populate that into our CRM HubSpot so that we can report off of that data as well. So by unlocking, the details in all of our contracts, we have well over 1,600 customers. We were able to do that in a day and update our forecast in such an accurate way that we are now within 5 percentage points of a predictable renewal forecast on a month-by-month basis. And it was just an interesting way that we used our own solution to try to solve a business pain here at Concord.
Right. Just like you said, drinking the champagne. Sorry, Mike, I didn't cover this, but just cover basically what you're saying, able to improve it, and able to be more accurate. So, and all of what we're moving towards, right, guys, is agreement intelligence. So that starts with after the signature, and it is intentional that agreement intelligence is AI, but it's not just AI, right? Agreement intelligence is included in AI, and that's the automated aspect of it. But when you import your Word or PDF, we'll extract that data, help you track your deadlines and construct budgets. So if AI is interested to you, it's most likely turned on. If it's not turned on, it's for a free trial. It probably will be soon. You have you're actually, if it's turned on for you, you received an email from one of your CSMs. So you have their email address and their calendar link. And if you're interested in learning more about it, go to that email, or I've even put in here in the chat a way to meet with us. You can just follow that link if you'd like. You don't have to go to your email and reach out to us. We'd be happy to talk with you. We'd also be happy to talk with other forms of agreement intelligence. We might even have a specific webinar dedicated to properties. Our head of customer success calls me a property brother, like the hit HGTV show Property Brothers. It's one of the greatest features along with AI that we've released. Properties is available for you right now. AI is the automated piece of it. But if you're interested in getting more from your contracts, it's time to learn about properties and start using properties, because it will really start to kick the value up for Concord. So thank you guys for attending today. We've reached all of our really content that we want to cover. Again, bulk sending out multiple contracts at once. We covered bulk signing multiple documents all at one time while being able to preview them. and then finishing with AI and scanning those documents for that relevant metadata. If any of these concepts, we even covered properties here at the end because I got to slip it in there. If any of these concepts are interesting to you and you have questions on them, put them in the chat now. But we also, again, I have our general email that you can reach out to. I have a link for you to go to if you want to sign up for time and talk with us. But we appreciate your time here today. Does anybody else have any questions for me since you got us? Will this